Has she ever faked it with you? You'd probably say no. Most men do, and most of them are wrong because if she's faking it, it's not to hurt you, it's because she doesn't feel safe enough to be honest, and that's the part almost no one sees. In my clinical work, I see this all the time. Men who are genuinely shocked when they realize they missed the signs completely. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Not because they're careless, but because no one ever taught them what to look for or what actually makes a woman feel safe enough to be honest. I'm Dr. Doris Cole, and I work with men and couples facing exactly this issue every day. They missed the small things, the physical cues, the patterns, the moments that don't quite add up. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact signs most men miss, and more importantly, how to create the kind of connection where she never feels the need to fake it in the first place. And if you want more straight, clinical insights like this, make sure you're subscribed. Let's get into it. Let me give you the research first, because the numbers are important. A study published in the Journal of Sex Research found that approximately 67% of heterosexual women have faked orgasm during partnered sex. A separate study found that 25% of women fake orgasm most or all of the time during sex with their current partner. Read that again. 1 in 4 women faking most or all of the time. And the men involved almost universally had no idea. This is not a fringe behavior. This is happening in the majority of relationships, including, statistically, yours. And the reason it happens has almost nothing to do with you being a bad partner. It has everything to do with something most men never understand about female sexuality. Let me explain. Why she fakes it. The real reason. Here is the thing that surprises men most when I tell them in a clinical setting. She is not faking to deceive you. She is faking to protect you. Research consistently identifies the primary reason women fake orgasm, and it is this. She does not want to hurt your feelings. She can feel how much her pleasure matters to you. She can feel that you need her to finish, and rather than disappoint you, rather than see you feel like you have failed, she gives you what she thinks you need. The second most common reason is equally important. She fakes because she does not feel safe enough to tell you the truth, not because you are unkind, but because sexual communication has never been genuinely opened in your relationship. She has no template for saying, "This is not quite working. Can we try something different?" without fearing that you will take it as criticism. The third reason is that she believes real orgasm is not available to her in that moment. She is not sufficiently aroused. She is in her head, she is stressed, and rather than work through it, rather than ask for what she actually needs, she takes the path of least resistance, she performs, and then it is over. Here is the critical insight. When a woman fakes orgasm, she is not commenting on your ability as a partner. She is communicating in the only way she currently feels safe to communicate. That something is missing, and that missing thing is almost always one of two things: sufficient arousal or sufficient safety, to be honest. Both of those things are within your power to change. But first, let me show you the signs. The 6 signs she is faking. Let me be precise here, because this is not about surveillance or catching her out. This is about understanding what authentic female orgasm actually looks like, so you can tell the difference between genuine engagement and performance. Sign 1, The vocalization comes too early and too consistently. Authentic orgasm vocalization tends to build gradually, involuntary, variable, and beginning well before the orgasmic moment itself. It is not controlled, it is not consistent. It follows the rhythm of genuine arousal escalating. Performed vocalization tends to be louder than the arousal level warrants. It arrives on cue, timed to what she believes you expect, and it sounds remarkably similar every time because it is a performance rather than a genuine response. If the sounds she makes during intimacy are louder than her physical engagement suggests they should be, and they follow a suspiciously consistent pattern, that is worth noticing. Sign 2, the timing does not match the build. Authentic orgasm requires a genuine arousal build. It does not arrive in 5 minutes. It does not arrive without sufficient stimulation of the right areas. It follows a neurological sequence that cannot be shortcut. If she appears to orgasm very quickly, particularly before she has had sufficient arousal time, or if the orgasm seems to arrive regardless of what is actually happening physically, the timing is telling you something important. Genuine orgasm has a sequence. It builds, it peaks, it releases. When that sequence is absent, the orgasm itself almost certainly is too. Sign 3, no post-orgasmic physical response. After genuine orgasm, the body changes, the skin flushes, the muscles release. There is a period of genuine sensitivity, particularly in the clitoral area, where direct contact becomes uncomfortable. Breathing changes. There is a visible physical settling. After a performed orgasm, these responses are absent or appear forced. She moves on quickly. There is no sensitivity, no genuine physical change. The transition back to normal feels too smooth because nothing physiologically significant actually happened. Sign 4, she is not fully present during the build. This is perhaps the most important sign, and the one that speaks most directly to what is actually happening emotionally. Authentic orgasm requires genuine presence. The woman experiencing it cannot be elsewhere in her mind. She cannot be thinking about tomorrow's schedule or wondering how much longer this will take. Genuine arousal demands neurological engagement. A woman who is going through the motions, performing rather than participating, is visibly somewhere else. Her responses are slightly delayed. Her engagement is surface level, and when the performance arrives, it feels disconnected from everything that came before it. If the climax does not feel like the natural conclusion of what preceded it, it probably was not. Sign 5. Breathing pattern does not follow. The sequence. Authentic orgasm involves a very specific breathing sequence. Breath deepens during arousal build. At peak, there is often an involuntary breath hold, followed by a release, exhale, as the orgasm moves through the body. Performed orgasm often bypasses this sequence entirely. The breathing remains too controlled throughout. There is no involuntary quality to it, and the sounds, if present, do not align with the breathing in the way genuine physiological response produces. Sign 6. She ends intimacy. Immediately afterward. After genuine orgasm, most women want to stay in the experience. They linger, they are sensitive, they are present. The body is flooded with oxytocin, and the natural impulse is connection and warmth. After a performed orgasm, she wraps things up. Quickly, she is ready to move on, because the experience she just performed did not produce the neurochemical state that genuine orgasm creates. so the pull to stay in it simply is not there. If intimacy consistently ends the moment she performs orgasm, with an efficiency that feels almost business-like, that transition is telling you something, what to do about it. Here is what I need you to hear clearly. The answer is not confrontation. Never ask her directly in the moment or immediately after whether she was faking. That question creates shame and closes every communication channel permanently. The answer is creating conditions where faking becomes unnecessary. Outside the bedroom, in a moment of genuine warmth and connection, open the conversation, not as an accusation, as an invitation. Tell her that her pleasure genuinely matters to you. Tell her you want to understand what actually feels good for her. Tell her, and mean it, that her orgasm is not the goal. Her experience is that single shift, removing the pressure of orgasm as an expectation, changes the neurological environment of intimacy completely. The parasympathetic nervous system can activate. The conditions for genuine orgasm become possible, and the need to perform disappears because there is nothing to perform for. Ask her one question outside the bedroom, warmly, with no agenda. Is there anything I could do differently that would feel better for you? Then listen fully, without defending yourself or explaining anything. Just receive what she tells you and act on it. That conversation, more than any technique, is what ends the faking permanently. The 44 plus specific truth for men in long-term relationships over 44. This pattern tends to be most entrenched. The longer faking has been happening, the more automatic it has become. She may not even make a conscious decision anymore. It has become her default. The good news, the same research that documents how common faking is also confirms that it stops when two things change: when the man removes performance pressure and when genuine communication is opened. Both of those things are available to you tonight, not next week, tonight. The men I work with clinically who have this conversation, who genuinely remove the pressure and genuinely invite honesty, almost universally report that their intimate lives change significantly within weeks. Not because the techniques changed, because the safety did. 67% of women have faked orgasm, 25% do it most or all of the time, and the men involved almost never know. She is not faking to deceive you. She is faking to protect you. And because she does not yet feel safe enough to tell you what she actually needs, the 6 signs are there if you know what to look for. Vocalization that arrives too early and too consistently. Timing that does not match the arousal build. No post-orgasmic physical response. Absence of genuine presence during the build. Breathing that does not follow the authentic sequence, and intimacy that ends too quickly and too efficiently afterward. But the signs are not the most important thing I said today. The most important thing is what to do about it. Remove the pressure, open the conversation, ask the question, listen to the answer, create the conditions where she never needs to fake again. That is the goal, and it is completely within your reach. If this landed for you, drop a comment below. Tell me what you are going to do differently after watching this. I read every comment personally. Share this with a man who needs to hear it. The men who need this most are almost never the ones who find it on their own. And if you are not subscribed right now, every week on this channel, real research, real clinical experience, real answers. Hit subscribe and the bell. I'm Dr. Doris Cole. Stay sharp. I'll catch you in the next video.